Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the blue golden horde. We got plan B. Spawn on bottom right side as the yellow Malians. We got SoLaire of Astore. Let's see, got the golden tent going up, got the gear or ovo up. When it comes to map generation, looks like blues wood deposits spawned all over here around the trading post here. That's sort of interesting. Does have access to palisade walls, so you could probably use that to get some good trade. I think he's still Golden Horde still gets affected by the Silk Road, right? Either way. Malian player here, his wood spawned front and behind and way off the side. Very small gold deposits here, while the mining camp being established here, so I think the gold deposits should be pretty securable. Stone behind as well as some berries in between, so definitely should expand up north. We've got, of course, small gold out in front, way down here with no natural cover, and one hole right here with some cover, but not really. Yeah, this map generation doesn't feel great for either side. I think it's better for the Malian player overall. Let's see. First thing to go for is cons and torgoods. Reduce the stone cost of the cons and torgoods by 20%, increase the health by 30, or by 30, not by 30%. Or building cards. It's probably better to go for cons and torgoods to get a bit more value out of there. Monster Quarry not being established, cons and torgoods not being researched. Got a gear here. Been a while since the last cast Golden Hordes. I haven't refreshed myself on some of this stuff. Yep, you only get 2 farming upgrades. In this case, the rotation grades increases the gathering rate of food by sheep by 10%. Does not apply to herd sheep. Which is, since it's only 2 levels, I think maybe the second level provides more effect then. So it does offer ovos offering increase the stone rate from the ovos. Currently set to defensive or edict. Activate health for fortified outposts by 10%. Fortified outpost course 150/50. Of course, need to be oh, looks like this one's actually active. Production sheep edict. Production speed edict. Blah. Production speed edict improves the increase of production speed of the golden tent and military buildings within the influence of fortified outposts by 20%. It's not too fantastic, honestly. Cons tour is now complete. We do have a barracks being established now. Blues obtained some more sheeple there. We do have, looks like the Batukan and some Torgoods not being deployed in field. There's Batukan, offers a 10 damage mace at knight attack speed or Keshik attack speed. And of course, the lance charge attack. He's basically a little bit more healthier Keshik at this moment in time. While attacking, the Warcry charge buff nearby units plus 10% damage. Age 3 increases damage by 20%, and Age 3 increases damage even further. Ovo slowly getting torched on down. Wheelbarrow being researched. Got a pair of spearmen there. You do pull them out in pairs. Of course, you can make it cheaper at no additional cost, so you can effectively get a 50% cost reduction by researching this. Of course, it is only available on Castle Age. Blacksmith now being established. You have some hardened Donzo now on the field. Good anti-cavalry unit there. We've got a number of Torgoods on the field. Mining camp going on up. Batukans here. Torgards, I'm not sure where they're at. They're right there. Maybe it was a missed rally. Either way, now they're being sent forward now. Torgards right now, they have 250 health, which is very good. 3 armor, 10 damage. The same base health and armor as Batu Khan, or at least not the same health, what it was beforehand. They're beefy, but not high DPS cavalry. Double spear just protecting the gold deposit. Archer range now being established as well, going for a pair of archers. Warrior Scout took a fair amount of damage there. Falling back now. We do have a good number of Donzo. Since he's fighting against the Golden Horde, it's a good idea to go for your anti-cavalry units. And with the javelin throw ability, they make it a bit more effective in this situation. More range armor now being researched. Warrior Scout heading back down over here. The next possible age up, we could see constructs the Conquered Roost provides larger shields, heavy infantry gets and heavy cavalry with increasing range armor by 2. Wood also be generated at a rate of 200 per minute, which is very nice, but is reduced by 2 wood for each unit equipped for Roost Shield. And then you got relic ovos. Shamans can consume a held relic to build an ovo, which exceeds the build limit, and increase ovo's stone gather rate by 20%. It also sounds like the relic actually disappears, or it just gets stored inside the ovo. It's hard to say. We got a couple of the Karshits. Karash is a good way to improve nearby unit armor. Gives nearby infantry units +1 armor. And we can pass by the Grand Felony Corral. With the new patch, the Grand Felony Corral only provides 18 food per minute per cow rather than 20, so a slight nerf there. Does take out one of the villagers there quite nicely. Donzo not responding. Got another attack arrow there. Oh. Could have sworn that arrow looked a little bit fiery coming from the outpost, but nope, still a normal arrow. Donzo engaged at close range, spearman firing away. Archer is firing some arrows against the Donzo. Got another whistling arrow fire there. One Karash now deployed in the field. But you'll need one for the aura. Looks like Yellow's army will be cleaned on up. Not enough Donzo looks like, and not enough Patch Javelers to deal with the archers. Those are not going to be torching down that structure. Only 3 Dons remain for the Malian player, and running a little bit low in resources. The village inside will likely go on down. Going to try to escape out of the brush. Batu Khan is not a scouting unit like the regular Khans. Batu Khan does take a good volley there. He is heavy melee cavalry, so he's classified as heavy. So archers won't, or we go with crossbow would do additional damage, but that's something that he does not have. He could go for some Musafati warriors, which will still be countered by archers, but will be very good for the spearmen and versus these Torgards. Maybe Musafati warriors is a good call. Then you get some counter archer play going. Cattle ranchers are going to be torched on down. Another set of Karash moving forward the field, as was Torgards. The Golden Horde is not on to age up anytime soon. The Malian player is starting to resources, maybe sign he's trying to age on up. Good hits there. These guys are currently affected by the Protect Con from any damage. Or Protect the Con from any damage ability. A couple of the stockyards being established, which is basically for farming deposits. As I pick this one, let's see, when the Crash Ada is active, the Golden Horde tent and military buildings within the influence fortified outposts produce additional cash whenever a unit's recruited. So I can go for this for more quality from that. When the Stockyard Edict is active, stockyards with an influence of a fortified output generate gold while being worked. That's actually a pretty nice one. Call Roost Tribute needs age 3. Dispatch 4 Roost Tributes from the Golden Horn tent. Increase the cost of total Roost Tributes by 300 stone. The cost of Roost is reduced by 10 stone every 30 seconds. Each military building will reduce the cost of the next additional 5 for the maximum of 70 stone. Automatically deploy the Roost Tributes when the cost reaches 0. Very nice. So you get some occasional for a Roost Tribute for free. And age 3, of course. Moskovi Yazvak, that's the larger shields, roof shields. This will increase the armor of his heavy cavalry and infantry by 2. But of course, and give wood trickle, but the wood trickle does get reduced if there's a good number of units, so it does have upkeep costs of the wood trickle. Nice way to balance it out. Plus 2 range armor will make them a bit more effective versus archers, far more effective, make them basic bullet resistant, and give a bit of damage resistance versus the crossbow, in which he's not going to be fighting. But also greatly help reduce the damage received from the Horde Alonzo, which do have higher base damage, so that could be particularly effective both versus the archers and for the Javeliers. So I think it's a very good option. Maybe go for some man-at-arms to deal with this force. Taking a bit of damage right now. Just trying to fall back, age up, and all that sort. We're gonna take a lot of free damage there. We have now the Hardened Spearman. Oh wait, the regular Horseman upgrade. I forgot about the early Horseman. Now I need to start saving stone for these increased batches, but he is going for the debuff arrow first. Makes enemies receive plus 10% damage in target area for 15 seconds. Very nice. Maybe going a little bit too early. He has age up, but not going for any age up upgrades just yet. Though the Torgards do get their age up bonuses and increase all armor. So right now they have 4 armor at the moment. Arch spawning away against hits, going to hit on the Donzo. Now down the field, probably be a good idea to go for some man-at-arms. Big bloody fight. Grand Falani Corral now been pulling the field. Good enough, these units are very wounded. More arrows being fired out. Looks like blue will win, but barely. I forgot the scout can also have the Batukan aura. Veteran archers now deployed in field, push way forward. Right now the veteran Torgards have 8 range armor. Those Javeliers had 10 or 8 damage, so they would do 1 damage each. Got now forward deployment of battering ram. We do have the veteran sofa research. It's going to looks like transition to some sofas. Fight heavy cavalry with heavy cavalry, not a bad idea. Also make it resilient to the archers. Golden Horde player is going for crossbow as well, going for a mix of everything. Here comes a battering ram. Trying to use a battering ram as a bit of bait. Does see the Grand Felony Corral if he wasn't where it was going to be deployed out. Archers, of course, firing away. Another arrow there. The cows have been set free and maybe tipped. More attack arrows there. Sofas and Donzo push way forward, trying to gauge his forces. Batu Khan's falling back, took a bit of damage. More reinforcements being summoned. Got some Roost tributes here, which they have 2-inch health. They're not the weaker infantry units there. They're heavy melee. They only have 2-3 armor, so pretty low armor for melee infantry. They have good attack speed and a bit of bonus damage versus cavalry, and spearman movement speed. So they can accompany the archers and archers and spearmen no problem. Of course, get a handful of them for free. Additionally, they are affected by the increased armor, range armor aspect, which is very important for them due to how low armor naturally is. But of course, that means they get reduced wood generation. Stockyard level 1 now being researched. The Khan is dead. More cows have been set free. He's going to try to start tipping over some of the cows. I think one of the cows did get tipped over. Malian player is now going for some poison arrows. Got some range armor and level 2 wood collection research. Veteran horse now being summoned. Battery rams now pushing way forward. Put some set ablaze some of these barracks. Crossbow firing away. Got another Batu Khan charges way forward. Sofa's getting hit. Battery ram still advancing. More attack arrows there. Archers and crossbow still being microed around. Sofas do have the important armor. Khan debuff arrow was fired out and mixed all that. Appears to be an auto cast ability. Getting a bit of damage there. One of the few times where the poison arrows actually do something. The Khan is dead. +1 melee damage now being researched by blue. More of the Torgards pushing way forward. Malian plays on fall back. They may want to cool off before re-engage each other. We've got Archer, Soph as a composition. Golden Horde player has archers, men-arms, crossbow, spearmen, Torgards, horsemen, and scouts. So quite a bit of everything. Crossbow is definitely going to be a good call. Archers would be a counter to the archers. Horsemen being generally good call to help deal with the archers. And Torgards, of course, a good frontline cavalry unit, though. The base damage is pretty low. Sofas have higher base damage, though a far slower attack speed. But the Sofas should do better versus armored targets versus the Torgards. We have now a fortified outpost being established here. Here's a Yuan Dynasty outpost. Horsemen, Torgors pushing forward. Good number of cavalry in the back line. Good number of sofas. Only one archer left in the field. Going for some more. Got some man-arms not being deployed in the field as well. I was mistaken them for Roost's man-at-arms with the shields. Scouts do get cleaned on up there. Also, Blue's force does get cleaned on up. Fortified outpost has 1700 health, 0 fire armor, is being upgraded to spring gold. Already, actually doesn't have any arrow attack, interesting enough. Has glorious charge ability to the outpost, which it starts in 10-second timer, which reveals the outpost to nearby enemies. When the timer ends, all nearby allied units get 50% movement speed and take 15% less damage for 30 seconds. So it's basically like the Wog banners from Dawn of War 3. Got another scouting falcon there. Huh, it has a blue aura now. Interesting. And this increases the health by 300 and armor by 3. For 500 stone, that is not... That seems way too expensive. I mean, fortified outposts usually 200 stone upgrade, right? And that gets put up to 1,750, so 300 health and 3 fire armor as opposed to 1,000 health and 5 fire armor for more than twice the value. No, this thing needs to be, has a cost reduction down to 200 at least. If it would add a weapon plate to go along with it, sure. But no, it doesn't. That is a good number of stockyards. Batukan there. Actually switching to activate increase the health of units nearby the fortified outpost for 10%, which is not bad. Good defensive position. And this does not suggest it's a global upgrade. It suggests it's a singular upgrade. Increases fortified outpost and palisade armor, and fortified outpost and palisade. I'm assuming the walls, fire armor by 3 and 30 health. So I suppose it does affect by the palisade walls. So maybe it is a global upgrade. Based on the terminology, it says it would suggest it affects on a single structure, but it looks like maybe it does affect all of them. It needs some wording there. Should say increase all outposts, fortified outposts. I think that will help fix the terminology there. Nope, got another oval here that took a bit of damage. Blues push way forward. Got good number of archers here, and the villagers shanking the Torgor. Yellow's now pushing along the flank, trying to engage. Another scouting falcon there. And looks like that is actually a damage reduction ore, actually. Blue's army looks like a little bit overwhelmed, getting completely surrounded. More archers across one over here. There's now some damage arrows there. Still got a good number of man-at-arms and spearmen for blue. Good number of sofas here. Batukan does go down. More horsemen advancing, and blue's starting to fall back now. We have a bit of health. Guess that maximum health is not currently active. Yeah, it's at production speed effect right now. Blue's pushing forward some more reinforcements. He's probably turning the health aura. Did I just see a soul or something like that goes to this fortified outpost? I think I'm going crazy. I saw some sort of yellow ball going to it, and I just got confused. Oh, maybe that changes this? There's an animation for that? I am just going crazy, aren't I? Looks like Roost Tribute has been recently resummoned. Next one, can rapidly produce strong units at this zone discount. Target cost and production speeds decreased by 20. Distributes are upgraded with increased armor and a improved axe. Golden Town generate 10 gold every 10 seconds for each fortified outpost, up to 6. So up to 60 gold per second, which is pretty nice. Wait. 10 gold per second? That's god. Oh, 10 gold every 10 seconds. Ah. So 1 gold a second. So 6 gold per second is still pretty good. Stone Army is now being researched, which is the reduction. I just want to click on something. Stable, stable, stable. Oh. So we're going to take out that one. There's a stable. Yep, Ketchuk's still available. Just haven't seen any deployed in the field just yet. I wonder if this... It says Torgets get the same healing attack as Keshiks, but it doesn't sound like it increased their attack speed. I wonder if it does affect them. Increase Torget and Horseman's range and melee armor by 2 and health by 20. So this is a pretty good upgrade there. Those units being cleaned on up. This OVO, while depleted, still provides some stone income to use, which is very nice. We do have the Bonko repairs. Buildings are simply repaired faster, which is actually an upgrade you don't see too often anymore. Textiles being researched as well. But these also upgrade you don't really see too often in higher level play. Unless you really are concerned about your villagers. If you were to move some of these houses around, you can get a nice even flank on this side. You can fit one more house there. Crossbowman, elite crossbowman, elite horse are now being researched. Sofa is now pushing along the flank. We do have the increased OVO gathering rate by 30% of research. Got the elite crossbowman research, elite horseman, and spyglass. Fort of the Hunters now being established here in defensive position. Very good idea. Particularly near the Grand Filani Corral, which has been under attack a couple times. Spots this OVO there. Though the stone still exists, so the OVO can be replaced there. Archers pretty forward. Got a good number of man arms mix on in. Does get the Fort of the Hunters now established. The improved axe does increase the damage up to base damage of 16. Fort of the Hunters has been established there, so going to be some poison arrows being fired away. Sofa's trying to engage over here. Blue's counterattacking with these sofas here. Number of fortified outposts. They do have the, I think, keep level arrows for defense is pretty nice. The Yellow's army will be cleaned on up. Let's see what the damage is over here. Some of these villagers are going down. Fortified posts firing away. Capital firing away. Got some defensive units here. Spearmen, Torgets, and Horsemen. A couple more Torgets here. Blue's going to lose some villagers. Got 84 versus 88 villagers. Blue over here trying to find some of his opponent's villagers. Taking the mining camp would be a good pick there as well. Or a pit mine, I should say. Spring gold replacement over here. Going for a battering ram now. Palisades have not been completed. Couple attack arrows there. Capital's not garrisoned at the moment. Got some more sofas over here. A couple more forces over here, including some more roost tributes. They put the shield on their back. Very nice little detail. Secondary town center being established and then a trading. Sofas slowly being picked on off. More forces over here. Got a couple batteries being established over here. Very nice. Who's pushing forward over here? Got the 4th Huntress still causing some issues. Does fire poison arrows. Oh, deer is still there. I'm so surprised there's still deer when there's farms. Sofa's slowly being picked off by the crossbowmen. Scouts engage the villager. Spearman can't. Trebuchet, traction trebuchet is engaging the 4 of the hunters now. We've got a battering ram being established there. Batu Khan still here. Crossbowman here. Battering ram could advance move forward and hit that pit mine. Over here, got some spearmen hitting some villagers. The secondary town center is fully garrisoned at the moment. The Khan is dead. Pit mine is set ablaze. Pit mine will be going on down. This pit mine still full 8,000 gold there. More stockyards being established over here. Traction trebuchet engaging the 4th Huntress. Crossbowman being microed away. More horsemen being pushed on the field, which is probably a good idea versus these archers. The course looks like they may have been upgraded, maybe not. Getting some extra range armor wouldn't be half bad. More spearmen push way forward. Couple stables there. Incendiary arrows being researched, as well as elite archers for the Golden Horde player. Definitely should probably get some more horse in the field, going for some Togurds. They're currently with a 5 range armor. These archers are currently doing 10 damage, so they only have real DPS as the poison effect, which is not saying much. I don't really put much value in the poison arrows because either something's dead, something's not. Never really in between for the poison effect to take effect. Keeping salvage here next to this mining pit. This one is still largely undisturbed. Actually, it was largely disturbed. It got burnt down, but the gold deposit itself is undisturbed. Any edicts here? That's a Karash. Not really that important. It will just give additional value, plus 50 food value per any deployment of anything, which is nice and all, but nothing too significant. And it doesn't really have anything set up for the stockyard edict there for extra gold generation. Villagers being pursued. Malian players going for still a good number of sofas. We got a couple traction trebuchets. Elite Togurds at the moment. The Malian players age 4 as well. Elite sofas. Just got biology research, so 288 health versus 412. Of course, 20 damage with good attack speed versus 27 with slower attack speed with +4 versus infantry. Right now only 5 or 7 melee armor can get up to 8 versus right now 8 which can get up to 9. Got gear, fortified outpost there, rebuilt. Crossbone started stepping away. Horseman trying to close the distance and be a meat shield. He's elite horseman at 125 health, which is pretty good. Or 225 health. That's a good frontline unit to deal with the Donzo. Archers are focused down the crossbone. Very nice. Looks like Blue's trying to pull out ahead over here. Looks like he has knockdown +2 armor on his horseman upgrade. Get some of those villagers or units back there. Some of these villagers starting going down as well. Crossbowmen starting to engage. Sofa slowing going down, taking some of the archers. Right now, yellow has an army size of 9 versus an army size of 488, 787, 12,000 versus 3,000. Yellow's having extreme difficulty of holding on. And yellow does go ahead and just resign. This is Grade saying, thanks for watching, and on to the next replay.